Hello everyone. It's a wonderful Saturday again. Having this live session with you. We started this just about a week ago, and it's interesting to see how fast January 2026 has turned out to be. Usually, people say January is usually the slowest and the longest month, but these years seem to be quite fast. I don't know if that's your experience as well. Just a quick
I agree.
introduction. So on
Like,
the sorry, say again.
no, I do
What did
agree
you
with
say?
you that it's surprising that 3 weeks is already gone.
Yes,
I quite
yes,
agree
yes.
with you.
Three
It's like
weeks is
today is the 24th already, so it's really
yeah,
going
right.
super fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you hear people already planning for the end of the first quarter. People are planning for February already, and we just
Mm.
recently we got into this new year. So on the call with me again is my very good friend, Mrs. Esther Afolanyo Audu, based in currently based in Germany, an architect, but extremely passionate about subject around purpose and giving back, helping as many as you possibly can. And I think that was the genesis of how we met, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes. So I
Yes.
think I was discussing with a fellow, what do I call her now? I'm call her a mentor. And as we're discussing, I think we're discussing all of this topic of purpose and all, and she was like, I need to refer you to Dr. Tim. Have you heard of Dr. Tim before? I was like, no, I've not heard of Dr. Tim before. She said, I think you should write him. I should give you his contacts. I said, okay, fine. So she gave me your contact, and I was like, I checked your profile online. I checked everything. I was like, ooh, where do I start from? Like, how do I write to this guy? So I took a while to just like think and say, oh, yeah. So eventually I reached out, and you're like, sounds interesting. So
Interesting.
what is it you want, or something like that? So I went
Yeah.
ahead to like
And
share some of the stuff I saw on your website, and yeah,
mm, mm.
yeah. Then we
And
started
interestingly,
talking,
when
and
you reached
yeah,
out, I think I was in a meeting at the time and my phone was by me. So when the message dropped, for whatever reason I can't explain, I clicked on it. Usually when
mm,
it's an unknown number, I won't reply even when I'm less busy. Sometimes I'll leave
mm,
WhatsApp and swipe down to read the message as though I'm running away from something. I just swipe down. And the message that does not
yeah,
align with, I just leave it like that.
okay,
Yeah. So I think we talked about this last week when we're talking about archiving people, blocking people, and stuff like that. So it was so
yeah.
interesting that when I saw your message, I clicked on it almost immediately, and we started out the conversation, and it became quite interesting to see how passionate and involved you've been, and you still plan to still give to as many who are kind of meandering and trying to find their way and their path around life, particularly on the subject around purpose. And it's
In some,
interesting
yeah,
that the maiden edition of this live session actually started out with you. I'll share with you as well that we actually had some gentlemen we had planned this with, whom of course we're going to have them on the call at some point. But we started out with a very interesting and timely subject on energy audit. Yeah. And
yeah,
how it's very important. We cannot overly emphasize it that um, auditing your energy, be sure that you are actually having the right standing, the right footing, and putting your best foot forward as you're starting the year is very, very good to help you achieve whatever it is you want to set as per your goal
yeah.
setting and your
Projections for
anticipated
the year.
accomplishment for the year. So what
Yeah.
earlier that we've gotten one or two feedbacks from those who have watched it. So, but from that conversation, ruminating and thinking through what we both shared back and forth, what do you think somehow has been one point or two that has jumped at you from that conversation we had?
Yeah. To be honest, I think when we spoke last week, it was just a kind of, will I say, reality check for me, to actually ask myself again, um, what were those things from last year that drained my energy, right? And what are those things I want to avoid this year from draining my energy in order to achieve my goal? So I think from that conversation last week, if I'm to be honest with myself, the kind of reflection I had I feel like last year, not just last year, the previous years, um, one of the things that drained my energy was, I think, over planning. Over planning was one of
Mm,
the things that drained my
mm,
energy last year. So I had like stuffs I wanted to do, and I was just over thinking it, over planning. Like I was, yeah, I would say I spent a lot of energy planning and just trying to
mm,
cross every T's, dot every I's, and make sure that everything looks prepared before serving it. So
yeah.
one of the things that drained my energy, and I think this year, even just talking about January, I've made some kind of spontaneous decisions that are usually not my way. I think you said something about me being a perfectionist. Okay, I'm not. I don't say I am 100%, but I feel like I take calculated risks. And that really has taken my energy in the past years. I try to calculate
Mhm.
everything, what could possibly go wrong, which is okay. It's okay, but it can also limit, and it has limited me in the past. From making decisions I really needed to make or to take.
That's right.
Yeah, so for me, that was a kind of
That's right.
reflection, and I'm thankful that this year, at least, I'm starting on the right foot. I've finalized some decisions that I want to carry through, this year. And
Mhm.
for me, it's like every time the fear comes, I put my foot on the ground and say, there is no going back this year. This
Mm.
year, there's no going back. I'm just going to do this thing, even if I don't have all the answers. So yeah, for me, I think this year is starting on a good note. So yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So while you were talking, two things jumped on my mind, and I'll mention the first one when you talked about you being a perfectionist, having all T's crossed, getting all the things said before you serve. So what do
Yeah.
you think now we're having this conversation about us, but then want to extend it to other people outside? So what do you think about an individual who wants to have it all sorted, have it all clear, all fixed, um, all done before going out there for whatever reason they want to do that? Maybe because they are perfectionists or they don't want to be embarrassed, or who actually by their calling purpose, they have to be on social media or they have to be in front of the camera. And this is one thing they detest.
Your network
Okay.
chipped a lot, so I didn't get anything you said, unfortunately. Yeah,
Is
sorry.
this from
Your
my end?
network was like, I think so, because now your network looks excellent. Like your video is back, the quality is back. So I think it was definitely from your end. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry about
So I
that.
didn't get anything you
Even
said,
in
but
the
I think
UK,
you were
these things
asking about
happen.
people that, Unfortunately, I didn't get that, but I think you're talking about what do I think
Yes.
of people that want to get it all sorted out, right?
Yes. So I was trying to pick on your point of your thoughts, what you observed about yourself previously, where you want to have it all sorted, all fixed, all T's crossed, I's dotted, having it all
Yeah.
well dished out and garnished before serving. And then I said, so this is a conversation
Yeah.
between us. But now, if we want to extend it out, looking at the bigger and the larger audience, what do you think? How do you present this to somebody who maybe as per his purpose, his essence, um,
Mm-hmm.
means he has to be before the camera or he has to be on social media. But this is something he doesn't even want at all. He doesn't, he just likes to walk backstage. But by purpose, you have to be right there. Now, if I have to be right there, then I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want to be laughed at. So to create a 30 seconds shot, I have to create it maybe like 15 times, 16 times. Oh, I don't like it. I'll do it again. Now I'm busy. I'll do it next week. And that keeps whiling away time. And I
Yeah.
had a client like that in South Africa some years ago who was like that. And the first video she created,
Mm.
I can't remember how many times she did it. And I was very clear. I said, we're not having our next session until this video goes live. So what do you think? How could individuals in this category manage such?
That is a very good question. And it's the thing that I fall in that category, so to say. So I made my okay, funny enough, I made my very first ever video, YouTube video this year. It was not okay, it was an audio. Let me just say I didn't show my face. So, yeah, because I was just like, that's one of the spontaneous decisions I am talking about I made this year. On a
Hmm.
normal day, I'm a kind of person that if I'm going to do anything on YouTube, I will like plan, get the right tools. And like I said, this year is there for me on a very different note. For me, I feel like this year is a new beginning, to be honest. So this very morning around 5 a.m., I was awake like maybe 4 a.m. already. I was just in my thoughts, thoughts, thinking about life, the whole plans for this year and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly I was like, I'm just going to document my journey. And I just got up and I started recording. I didn't show my face though. I just recorded. I believe I recorded the first one. Maybe I didn't press record or something. I was just talking. And then I did the second time. And that was how unfiltered I just shared it online. Though I didn't make it public. But I just uploaded it to my YouTube. Like unfiltered. I just so what I'm going to say to those kind of persons is you have to overcome the first fear. And I think if you have a public purpose, a public call, you have to embrace rejection. I don't know how to say it in a nice way, but if you really want to do stuff, I mean, online is, I've seen, I watch stuffs online and comment section can be really, really brutal. Like people can really, really be brutal, but I think just take the first step. And in life, to be honest, get used to rejection. Just get used to it. Honestly, feed off of rejection. Let it be your meal. Like enjoy it. We
Mm,
have to get to a point where rejection no longer hurts.
mm,
Yeah. So yeah, just do your stuff. Do your stuff. Know why you're doing your stuff. When it comes to trying to impress people, you will not go far if that is a big deal to you, right? So if you have something to do it, just give it out. If of course you should be conscious of quality and all that, but don't over. I think you should not overthink it. Do your best and just leave the rest. Yeah, I know that sounds very
okay.
cliche, but but yeah, just
True.
do your best and just
Interestingly.
yeah, take
I'll
that leap
finish
of
up.
faith. Yeah. Yeah, just take the leap, jump. There's this quote I like very much that says, oh, what if what if I no, just jump. Oh, what if I fall? And it says, or what if I fly? So there are two things that will happen. You post it, it's either the post goes viral and meets the expectation or it doesn't. So you learn from that, right? But I think you should just take the first step. And
That's
even
right.
if it receives too many backlash, you can always take the video down. But at least you tried
You've
something,
learned.
right? So yeah.
You've learned.
Then now
That's
you've
right.
learned from the
So
experience. So yeah.
that's right. So the other part I wanted to pick as we're introducing into this conversation we're having today, the other part I wanted to pick from what you said at your introduction was on getting started and what I picked. You didn't say this word for word, but what I picked. Getting started,
Okay.
knowing what to start doing, knowing what to stop doing, and know what to continue doing. And in my trainings on time management, I usually use this quadrant. And again, I'll just use it for us to have the last conversation on the energy audit before we move on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, seems I'm alone in the studio. I have to wait for Dr. Tim to get back. Hello, sir.
My network just threw me out.
Yeah, I observed that.
This site camp, I've just been struggling and struggling and struggling.
Yeah. What do we do? Is there a way I can pause the session or something?
Say again?
Is there a way I can maybe pause the session or something?
So, and you're still online, yeah?
Yeah, it shows it's still live. Yeah.
You're still live, and it's not the internet. Oh, God.
Oh no.
So, actually, this is a new environment. We nearly moved here last month, and
I see.
there's no internet here, but we got a temporary one from a service provider, but they told us clearly it won't work efficiently. So, but it's just rolling. It's just rolling. He said end of next month. So, some sessions is to go to a friend's place that I've already told them I'll be coming to work at his place.
Yeah.
Now I'm just saying no internet. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to come in. So apologies to our viewers. Yeah, just got thrown out by the network, but we will do our best this doesn't happen again. Um, I know we've
Yeah.
talked bits and bits, just trying to pick all the tiny bits around what we had last week, and we knew we still had some things to still touch on, which we felt let's just play around them before we come to the conversation for today. But due to this
Mm-hmm.
network issue, it's rather shameful. But we will have to bring this talk tonight to a close. But let me just give you the
Mm-hmm.
floor to just add up some comment, put all your thoughts together as we just wrap this up.
Yeah. I mean, it's let me just say it's still January, right? I mean, the thing what we touched on, like what I mentioned today was not letting over planning stop one from making some steps. I know it's
Mm-hmm.
easier said than done, but like I said, this year I made up my mind to do something, and I think I felt like so much peace. I don't have all the answers, right? But just seeing myself grow to the point of making up my mind to do a particular thing that I've always wanted to do, that has given me a very good start into this year. So, like every other challenge I'm going to face this year, I'm going in that spirit. So I know it's often said, don't wait till you're ready, and it's true. Don't wait till you're ready. If you're convinced of something, just take the first step, take the first step. And every other thing will fall in place. Along the line, you grow, along the line, you correct things, along the line, you adjust, or just take the first step. And energy audit very important. Know those things that held you back. If you don't know those things that held you back, then you keep living in that space, and the same things will keep holding you back. But the moment you're able to identify those things that sap your energy, that drain your energy and stop you from moving forward, that is like the first one of the best things that can happen to you. Make sure you
Mm-hmm.
identify, um, do that audit. Take time to ask yourself, why have I not achieved these things? Why have I not made that move? Why have I not posted that video? And critique that thing. Is it really worth it? How long is it going to keep holding me back? Because the same thing, I mean, 2027 will come and I'll still be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I've not still done
That's
it.
right.
Why? Still the
That's
same
right.
thing. So it doesn't make sense.
Mm,
We have to
mm.
address it at some point to make progress. If not, we remain the same place.
And the
Yeah.
earlier the better.
And to be honest, one thing I observed is that the moment you step out of your comfort zone, you feel so good about yourself. It's like
I agree
a
with
tap on
you.
your back. Like, I mean,
I agree with
be
you.
your own
It's a
cheerleader.
level of
Like,
success on
yeah,
its
you'll be
own.
like, wow, I did this. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
So,
That's right. That's right. I agree
absolutely.
with you. I agree with you. Good, good, good. So thank you for jumping on the call this evening. And again, sincere apologies to our viewers, both those who are online now and those who view later. Um, you can put the blame on me. Yeah, I take the blame with my full
But
chest. But we'll do better next week. We'll certainly do better
yeah,
next week. And of
it
course,
can
thank you very
happen. It
much, my
happens.
very
I mean,
right. Yeah, we dust ourselves, we get up and then get going. So thank you very much
yeah,
again, my very good friend, for always showing up, having these conversations around subjects you are very passionate and interested in. So the conversation for today, we'll move into next week. And please do join us
yeah.
at wherever it is you're watching from in the world. We're going to be online at some point between 7 plus 1 GMT. So I think that's plus 2 GMT next week, Friday. We're going to be online anytime between that time, usually between 7 p.m. the UK time and 9 p.m. German or Nigerian time, as the case may be, within that range of time. Hopefully to have
Central
some other
European time.
guests. Yes, hopefully to have some other guests join us at some point so we can unravel and dig deep into some subjects that really do matters, as we say here. Do have a
Yeah.
very lovely evening, a relaxing weekend, and an exciting, productive last week of January ahead.
Oh, that's really surprising. Like, New Year was yesterday. has gone so fast. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like that.
Honestly. Yeah. Just like
Just
that.
like that. And that's how the year will end. And somebody will say 2026 just started just as though it was last week. Yes,
Yeah.
it appears that way, but
Yeah.
what have you done? What have you become?
Mm-hmm.
And the world will
Yeah.
remain the way it is, except you do something. And then that's when those changes you begin to realize them,
Absolutely.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Esther. And we'll be catching up again off online.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Tim.
Yeah, thanks. Cheers.